Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pinke, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about what are my predictions for 2021, so for next year. But obviously, before we jump into next year, we kind of have to summarize what we have seen this year in 2020, as these 2 years will be strongly connected to each other. We cannot really compare 2021 back with, like, for example, 2017, but what has happened already in 2020, it has a great influence on 2021. So first I'm going to talk about that and then move on to 2021 predictions. But right now, let's just check out the market, how it looks like. Because, the last video I did was right before Christmas on the 23rd of December. And I promised you that I'm going to make a video, a last one this year with the topic I have just mentioned. But during Christmas, a lot of things has happened. And to be honest with you, I don't really want to get into great details now because this is not the topic of today's video. But when we check out the market, we can see that Bitcoin is right now at $27,851, which again, it's a 4% decrease. But we do know that Bitcoin was already, even today, above 28,000. So what we have seen recently, that Bitcoin again started to climb, and it's a great chance that even Bitcoin can reach before the year finish 29,000. But we will see how that works. Ethereum has done very well recently. It is above 700 right now as well. It's a small increase, but it was even bigger before. And the thing what we have to talk about definitely is XRP. XRP, it's keep dumping. When we're looking at the last 7 days, we can see a 41% decrease. And this is basically a lot. And we can see that even now bigger exchanges take off XRP. You cannot do any XRP transactions there. And now this lawsuit will go on, and who knows for how long. So to be honest with you, the close future of XRP doesn't look good at all. And it's a very bad timing, to be honest with you, because think about now, the bull market has started, which would be great for the alts, and XRP as the basically, if you don't count Tether, then it's the third biggest cryptocurrency, and right after Ethereum is the biggest altcoin. It's a very bad timing because what the SEC has done now with this lawsuit is that XRP cannot moon in the same way as it would without it. Just think about it. If they just do this end of this year, next year, 2021, and then now the old's going up, XRP would go with them. But now with this is a great question. Who would invest now in XRP when this whole situation is shaky? I know there are many YouTubers out there. They're saying buy the deep. Now it's a great XRP. It's the best. But be careful, guys, okay? Because we don't know what's going to happen with XRP at this stage. And yes, maybe those guys right. Maybe everything will be just fine. And whoever bought in this levels, or even when it goes lower, will be the big winners. You don't know. But you take your risk, you decide. I personally haven't bought any XRP, but this is me. I'm not an XRP holder. Okay, when we're looking at the winners, we can see Polkadot going up recently very nicely. Then Near Protocol, we have Blockstack, so these are the top three. And when we're looking at the losers, we have Stellar. I kind of have the feeling it's a bit similar to XRP in a way that Stellar could be even the next one, which the SEC goes after. But, I don't know for sure. But this is just an idea. And then we have NEM, 6% minus, Stellar was 8%. And then we have XRP, 6%. So it's in the top 3 even today. And now I think we should talk about what has happened in 2020. Let's summarize this year a little bit, because very, very important things has happened, and we have to look at it because this will kind of continue in 2021, and we need it to make some predictions for 2021. So obviously, right at the beginning of the year, this kind of COVID-19 pandemic caused a chaos in the global economy. We could see a major drop in the stock market in March. And of course, the cryptocurrency market followed it, Bitcoin followed, and it went down significantly. When we're looking at the beginning of the year, it's worth to compare. Look, historically, what we can see, and this is a snapshot from the 5th of January, 2020, so this year, right? We can see Bitcoin at Bitcoin price at $7,411, which is a market cap on 134 billion US dollar. If you compare it to the present situation, you see, hang on, let's go back to where Bitcoin is. See that Bitcoin, it's about $20,000 up, 27,000, almost 28,000. And its market cap is also not 134 billion, it's 517 billion US dollar. So there's a big difference. When we're looking at the top 10, there is also changes in the top 10. Not at the beginning, but from, where's your Polkadot? You can see Cardano and you see Chainlink in the top 10. You couldn't see that at the beginning of the year. There we had rather instead EOS, and we had Bitcoin SV, and we have Monero. So these guys went a bit more down. You can see Monero now at the place 14. I'm just wondering where is... Yeah. And then we have Bitcoin SV on place 13, and EOS went to place 16. So even in this year, from the top 10, these guys came out now, those three, and a new three other entered Polkadot recently. If you remember, when it joined, then it went up straight into the top 10. Okay, so historically we can see that we have moved a lot. Another thing I want to check. Yes. Okay. No, that's all good. All good. Okay, let's back. So then another major important thing. Several things have happened. I just have picked a couple of them which I think are crucial. But of course, if you have watched my channel through this year, then I had news for every weekday. So basically, it will continue in 2021. So I will keep you up to date. Don't worry. But now the highlights. So then we had the Bitcoin halving back in May, and it's very important because this was the third Bitcoin halving. And what happens at the halving, that the block reward, what the miners get, it will be just half of it. And until May the 11th in this year, the miners got in the last approximately 4 years 12.5 Bitcoin. After the halving, the block reward was reduced to 6.25 Bitcoin, and this will continue approximately for 4 years from that date. And we also could see historically, when we look back, that Bitcoin reaches its all-time high new all-time high, always in a year and a half, kind of. So we will see these periods are getting longer and longer, usually, but we will see how it performs this time. Then we could see that more people see crypto, and of course mainly Bitcoin as the leader, hedge against inflation. Because of this pandemic situation, the printer started to go brrr, which means the governments, they printed money more and more. You can see a lot of money was printed also in US dollar, but also in other, in euro and so on and so forth. And money printing, then putting more money into the system, the reason for it is to keep the economy moving. But on the other hand, it leads to inflation. And that's what we can see, that the value of the US dollar is now decreasing, and it's keep decreasing. Therefore, people looking for the safe haven, and gold was this kind of safe haven for many of them, or could be property or other precious metals than gold, like silver. But now in this year, the big difference is that more and more people think that Bitcoin could be an opportunity, and even if they not go all in, they put some part of their savings into Bitcoin. Another key thing what has happened is investors are showing increased interest in Bitcoin portfolio optimizer. And look at these institutional investors. We have here this, this chart, which is the bitcointreasury.org. I have shown you this several times during my videos. And you can see that, this number at the bottom, the last time I showed it, it was just before Christmas, it was much lower than now. MicroStrategy, who is a really big player in this game, invested more than $1 billion US dollar into Bitcoin. And look, it went up, it almost doubled, but it's almost 2 billion by now. And they just started investing in this August and September, not at the beginning of the year, right? So this is key. If they would do it, after the March crash, wow, they would have crazy numbers. But they just started in September and August, and look where they are right now. So this is also a very important thing to look at. The more and more institutional investors are in the game. And many others, just like PayPal, joined, and they have more than 346 million active addresses, users worldwide. That means, look, they doing now kind of crypto service, and with that, it's crazy. So there was definitely growth in Bitcoin after PayPal joined the game. As I just already mentioned, that US dollar continued to weaken, which means, look, it's crazy when you're looking at historically how we look like. Let's visualize it, okay? We are back here in 1913. This was the start of the Fed. Since that, and this was just 2019, okay, so this year it's not even in it, but I think you wouldn't even see it, what's happening here. And this is the purchasing power of the US dollar. We're talking about here less than more than 100 years. But look, this is the purchasing power of the US dollar right here, back in 1913, and now it's right here. It went down about 97%. And with this inflation and money printing, it's just keep decreasing. So I think this is a very key thing to remember when you're looking for other alternatives, because to keep your money in fiat currency, in cash, is just simply just not safe, because the value is going down and down and down. You have to find valuable assets which keep its value at least, or where the value can actually increase. And Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies could be an opportunity, definitely. Then DeFi has grown. DeFi in this year went nuts, really. It was 1 billion locked assets at the beginning of the year, and then it went to over 14 billion by now. Look, we have here another great thing, and this is DeFi Pulse. And you can see it's almost at 15 billion US dollar. And when you actually would go back closer to, let's see, 1 year. It's not really there you go. So you can see the beginning of the year, right? It's even less than 1 billion. And now we're talking about more than 14 billion. So DeFi was very, very strong this year. It's no question about that. DeFi projects, many of them came out. The yield farming, which was crazy during the summer. And also the DeFi project itself in summer performed extremely well. When Bitcoin was going sideways, when Ethereum was going sideways, DeFi went up a lot. But don't forget, it went also down in September, October, just like, again, the whole crypto market. And then, don't forget, we also had in this year that the CBDS arrives, so central bank digital currencies, in a way, the idea itself, okay? So they're not functioning at the moment, but now many countries, right now China is leading in this game. They would like to introduce central bank digital currencies as soon as possible. And this can happen actually, maybe next year already. And also, another important thing, that 2020 was a big year for regulatory progress in crypto, which has actually just started. Because now, people, governments, banks, investors understand that, okay, it's a different situation. It's not like back in 2017 when many people said that, well, Bitcoin is a scam. Now, more and more people take Bitcoin more serious. You can see from institutional investors, the investments which just happened in the last half year. It's crazy. And this has actually started. We haven't seen the big guys, for example, let's say Apple, saying that, okay, I put 1% into Bitcoin. What a number would that be? It's very big. And therefore, regulations became priority for many, many countries. And now you can see, even this is a thing that, SEC attacked XRP, tax regulations, also the KYC, that now centralized exchanges should have KYC. So the governments, the authorities can actually see who is behind that address. So they can monitor every single crypto transfer because, everything's on the blockchain, everything is transparent. So if they know who is behind that address, they can check what kind of crypto transaction that person has done. This is very key, that regulations became stronger and stronger, but this is the way they would like to put it into our present system. So we have a system and we have to integrate somehow cryptocurrencies. And when now they agreed kind of that, okay, then let's do it. For that, they need regulations. And this is a big move what happened in 2020. But now it's time let's move on to 2021 and the kind of predictions what will probably happen. So, and this is subjective, right? So it's just my opinion, but Bitcoin will continue to grow. I think this is not the question. When the bull market is on, and right now, at the end of 2020, the trend is still bullish in long term, that means that Bitcoin will continue. What number Bitcoin will reach by the end of 2021? This is a good question. I personally think it could be actually easily 100,000, but you never know. Some people say it will be more. Some people are saying it will be less. This is my prediction. Obviously, I don't know for sure. I'm just looking at the numbers, looking how people react, what's the FOMO, and I think this is totally doable. What we have seen already, and I mentioned, institutional investors, this just has started. When the big players getting serious about Bitcoin, realizing that how many of those guys already entered when the price was much cheaper, they don't want to be left out. They now FOMO in because, okay, it's he and they and that company and whatever, those guys from the Wall Street is in that game, then I would like to be part of it because now I'm getting more confident. I'm not the only kind of idiot who starts this whole game and then everybody will laugh at me. No, now so many big guys are in it, so it looks like it's promising. Therefore, not do a big move. Do just small percentage, 1%, 2%, 5%, whatever of your portfolio if you're a big investor. But that will move the market because we're talking always about hundreds of millions of dollars when they enter. So we may see a launch of some CBDCs. It's likely that maybe China will start a central bank digital currency in next year. Not sure, but they're really, really working on it and they want to be really the winners of this game. They want to come out first. So it's likely that they have, or some other country, we will see. DeFi is still a very big thing, and it will be in 2021. DeFi just got, into the highlight in 2020. We have seen some nice gains during the summer. However, we haven't seen the true bull market yet. And this is the part when altcoins go nuts, because Bitcoin starts to moon and then altcoin starts to moon. And right now, the very promising altcoin projects, many of them are DeFi projects. So DeFi will be definitely in the highlight in 2021. Another thing which I haven't wrote here, I think probably NFTs also, non-fungible tokens. That could be also a big thing. It has started already this year. It's not that big yet, but it could be a big thing in 2021. We will see. Don't forget the DeFi's right now, it was, the ICOs back in 2016, 17. And so it could go down. It's in a very early stage. Lot of protocols has to grow. DeFi has to grow. It's no question. It's just right now looks promising. And then time will tell it became a successful industry or it will kind of go down just like the ICOs did. And then, crypto will begin to widespread mainstream adoption. This is simply because it will go into the news more and more as you see Bitcoin price increasing, and then more people will join the game. When you look at Google Trends, for example, then you cannot see really big numbers who are searching for Bitcoin. Back in 2017, it was a very nice number. And then, of course, it decreased because of the bear market was there. But now, when, again, institutional investors FOMO in, it will bring retail investors. So the whole thing getting more mainstream. And what has started in 2020, this kind of change that Bitcoin, they think that now it's not that shaky anymore as it used to be. It will bring more people, and then it will grow dramatically, I think. And then we will begin to see more regulatory clarity, which is actually important if we would like to put it in our everyday system, crypto. So if it's getting mainstream, there must be kind of regulations so we make it work. It must be clear how much is the tax, how you pay tax after crypto, how you can buy it, who is buying what. It's very important from their side, obviously not for those guys from that point of view who are buying crypto. It's for the authorities, the regulators. They want to know who is holding and how much. But of course, I think the whole kind of crypto industry will be more clear in 2021. I'm not saying it will clear everything because I think in the next couple of years, it's a lot of work. But the reason they have started to work on it is because Bitcoin and crypto is starting getting a bit mainstream. It's not there yet, but in going in that way. And from this institutional side, it's a big push. Therefore, regulatory clarity it's crucial to come up with, and which we have seen already started in 2020. I think this will continue in 2021. So guys, I think that's it for today. These are my predictions for next year. I'm definitely bullish right now on crypto. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. What we can see right now, these are mainly good signs. Okay, so yes, there we have the SAC. There we have also always issues, but overall things looking promising. Please don't forget, if any market crash is coming, whatever in the stock market, we don't know how Bitcoin will behave. Either it will follow the stock market and then recover, hopefully sooner, or it now can turn to a safe asset, just like gold, and maybe stock market going down and Bitcoin will go up. It also can happen. So we don't know. We haven't seen Bitcoin performing in a financial crisis. Therefore, it will be actually interesting if we see that. Of course, I'm not wishing to anyone this, but we do see that the bubble is just growing, and it will pop sooner or later. And it could be at some stage in 2021. We don't know. Or when inflation hits stronger, or all these things. So please always have a strategy for different kind of scenarios. The most you can do now at this stage is educate yourself, right? So you can watch these daily videos that I put on YouTube. I will be back on track on the first Monday in January, and then every weekday from Monday to Friday, you will receive this kind of blockchain cryptocurrency news, which keeps you up to date. Educate yourself. We have our course, right under this video. You can see how to start to invest in Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies. It's a totally free course. So you have nothing to lose. You just download it and then simply watch it, learn, be prepared if you would like to be part of this bull market, which is really starts now. And also I have another course, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain. It's very important. If you would like to invest in Bitcoin, you should know why. And in this course, you can learn all these important things. After that, it would be totally clear how Bitcoin is working, okay? And also what is blockchain used for. In the first quarter of next year, I'm coming out with a very complex DeFi course. As you can see, DeFi is now major, and I will put a very complex DeFi course on the market so you can be part of it. I'm working on it right now. So promising things are out there. And I wish all of you a Happy New Year. Stay healthy and be lucky in crypto, but always have a strategy. Okay, this is very important because the market can always change. It's a very volatile market. It's a risky one. Never risk more what you can afford to lose. This is, the golden rule. But if you have some savings, if you put a tiny little bit in it, it can work out. But it's not financial advice, as it's never. I'm just sharing my opinion with you. Okay? So I see you again next year, basically in a couple of days, at the first Monday of January. I wish you again Happy New Year. Have a good one. Bye-bye.